Good morning, ladies. Welcome to your mindfulness meditation on Friday, May the 6th. As I promised yesterday on the Facebook post, I am going to be sharing some research, some information from a session. It's not really a challenge. It's called the Mindfulness Project, and it is kind of like a summit. Elise from Australia is doing some interviews, so I want to fill you in on that, but I'm going to do that at the end. So the latest research around meditation and some of the benefits that we can expect to receive. So good morning, Sandra. Good morning, Nadine. Hi, Mom. So I do know that for many of you, you want to dive right into your meditation. You might be heading off to work. So totally up to you. I'm going to take about 5 minutes at the end of our meditation today, which ends around 7:20. Just to give you a little bit more information about that. The information from the research also motivates us, right, to keep with it. So I'm going to give you a little teaser here. And the teaser is that what they're focusing on with the research is the situation or the feeling that we have when we're meditating that we're not doing it correctly, that we're not sure whether or not we're receiving the benefits, or we're agitated or bored or restless. And what the research is saying is you're doing it exactly right. And in fact, you may be receiving more benefits because of this. So on that note, as we go into our meditation this morning, which will be about 15 minutes, I'd like you to set an intention this morning. Some of you set an intention every single morning when you wake up. Some of you set an intention for particular practices that you're doing. And it's all wonderful. So the more you play with setting intentions, the easier it becomes. It just becomes a little bit more natural. Good morning, Diane. So for your meditation practice, and it's a mindfulness meditation practice this morning, I'd like you to set an intention of how you would like to be with your meditation practice this morning. Okay? So, and mindfulness meditation is following our breath. Okay, the subject of our awareness is our breath in mindfulness meditation. It can shift though, I'll talk about that a little bit, but for this morning, so as your attention leaves your breath, leaves your breath, is brought away by a thought, come back to your breath. And then your intention is just to go, interesting. Notice how your body responds to this. Notice if it is kind of a go with the flow, that's interesting, or it's, oh my gosh, I can't believe I can't do this. I can't believe I just went down that rabbit hole again, or I just started to think about this again. And just notice. So that is actually your intention, is to be in your meditation, right in there, right in the weeds, right in the trenches, right, with your meditation, to say, that's really interesting, or that's really ticking me off, right? It all counts. So on that note, and again, for those of you that just popped in, I am going to share a little bit more information about that at the end, just 5 minutes at the end in terms of the latest research coming out of this mindfulness project. For right now, we're going to settle in with our meditation in all of its challenges. So even when you prepare to sit in your meditation this morning, your mind might be going, oh, I can't sit cross-legged. Where am I going to sit? I don't know. Should I sit? I still need to do this. Just be with that. Be with how your mind right now, and this is part of your intention, is dealing with our mindfulness meditation. So however you decide to settle in, Okay, eyes open, eyes closed, sitting at your kitchen counter, sitting at your table, wherever you are. Just start to follow your breath. Just feel it in your body. And it is the focus of your awareness. And even within a couple of breaths, your mind might pop in, and just be with that. Your eyes might even open and close during the next 15 minutes. You might shift, you might need to change your position. Just notice how the mind handles that. The compassion. Just remind yourself of your intention to be with however your meditation is this morning. Just noticing whatever's arising. Now from the focus on your breath, just open your awareness, eyes closed or open. And just notice all of the different sounds now as I've opened up the space for more sounds to come in. And then slowly, and if you haven't already, starting to open your eyes. And it's always brighter, especially when we're doing this time of the day. So as we open our eyes, open our awareness, we're going to hear and see more things. You might even notice something different in your living room or your kitchen or your rec room after a meditation when you open your eyes. So just, again, noticing that. And also knowing, again, at the end, towards our end of our meditation, I'm really curious to hear how you felt, how things come up. So when you set an intention, definitely different. It gives us the permission, I find anyways, to feel restless or bored or agitated again at the end of it, where you're opening your eyes maybe to see, are we still here together, and then closing your eyes, and then your mind is going into the next thing that you're doing. And that is all part of the benefit of meditation. So we sit in our meditation to practice managing all of this stuff that's related actually during the day to perhaps restlessness, frustration, cravings. Cravings are something that we want to, that come up for us when we want to change a situation, when we want to change how we're feeling, we want to change our state. So wow, meditation can help. So on that note, I am now going to just spend a couple of minutes. I know some of you are beetling off to work. Hey, Suzanne. seeing you coming on. Isabel, Gail watching as well. I'm just seeing some people pop who came on during the meditation. So again, if you weren't here at the beginning, I am going to officially send you off with a namaste, but don't go if you have a few minutes to sit, just about 5 minutes. I'm just going to fill you in on a couple of things around meditation, which might lead to you asking some more questions as well. So, hands, heart center. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. So again, don't be shy. If you have to beat it off, you can watch the recording. I do want to mention just one thing. I'm just all over lemons this week. I have no idea how the universe does this. I know we're talking about cleansing. I had a lemon during my Pinky Ball session this week. I just posted with a lemon again this morning. I put my yellow on. And if you look at the top, I just noticed this, talking about awareness when you open your eyes. If you look at the top of this door, it's a half lemon. So, oh my gosh, no, I have to show you this. I just looked down. My Kleenex box that this is sitting up on are lemons. Okay, so the universe, I know it's cleansing in the spring, but the universe is telling me something about lemons. So anyways, as an aside, the Mindfulness Project, I am going to post the link. It is for the entire month of May. It's the second time I've done it. It is not a free summit. There is a cost to it, along with a donation, I believe. It came to me through Rachel Cable. For many of you, you met Rachel during my summit. She is from Australia. She is the one that introduced me to Elise, who does this mindfulness project. And it is the most fantastic information that I have ever seen on meditation. So it's the Mindfulness Project. I'm going to put a link to it. Now, we are to the end of week 1. It runs for the entire month of May. And honest to goodness, even if you just start today or next week and go through the next few weeks, the value is huge. So I'm going to mention one speaker, his name, so I listened to a few this week, and also to remind you that you can put these on again when you're doing the dishes, folding the laundry, tidying up around your house. Yes, keep a notepad there if you like, right? Or don't feel like you have to, and just let the information come in, because I truly believe when you're listening to summits, when you're listening to a podcast, that what you need to hear, you will hear, and it will stay with you. Yes, it does help sometimes to write it down, because that's another part of our brain, and that way, and for me, I sometimes want to use the information again, so I do keep my Google Doc running halfway down my iPad, so I'm watching half the summit, and then I have my Google Doc where I'm typing into, or I'm keeping a notepad. So one of the speakers I want to speak to is David Creswell. And what he said in his, and they're long, they're 45 minutes to an hour, but what stood out for me was the fact that the studies that they're doing, and he's a researcher, on the fact that in our meditation, the more agitated, restless, frustrated, up and down we are, we can actually get more out of our meditation because of that. And that is the work of our meditation. So sometimes our intention can be to relax, to feel peaceful, to feel and that can be the result of it. But and we've talked about this before, mindfulness meditation is a dress rehearsal. I'm going to come back to Suzanne, is a dress rehearsal for life. So that as we get better at our emotional regulation, at dealing with the fact that, oh, my knee is feeling a little bit, or my back is feeling a bit, or I can't believe I'm thinking about that again. I can't believe I said that yesterday. I can't believe I said I would do that this weekend, or I'm so excited about this weekend. Okay, up and down and out and cross. Okay, the more we notice that and go, oh, well, that's kind of cool. But right now, I'm wanting to focus my attention on this, whether it's your breath or whether it's something that you're doing at your desk, or in the garden or wherever. You're strengthening your muscles of being able to focus and to concentrate. And for those of you, myself included, that we talk about, monkey mind and squirrel mind, and I get going, and then I'm doing something else, and then I'm coming back here. Again, we know Ayurvedically that is part of our personality, but in the research on mindfulness meditation, this action of sitting, and this is what David Creswell said, they saw the results of people sitting for 20 minutes for 14 days. So 20 minutes a day for 14 days, changes in blood pressure, changes in cortisol, stress hormones, changes in the brain, right? How we manage daily life, and this is why we're doing our meditation. Now, as he says in that, some people would say, oh my gosh, 20 minutes a day, that's a lot. So they're also studying the 1 minute, okay, or the 2 minutes. You're standing in line at the grocery store, at the post office. You're waiting to pick somebody up. You're in those transitional stages, or you're at home just before you're having your breakfast or your lunch. And for a minute, you focus on your breath. And you just feel the breath in the body. You feel the space. You feel maybe the massage. You feel the relaxation of your shoulders. And so they are studying how long did those effects last? And do they stack up together? Do we get better at those as we do them? And the initial kind of research is yes. Because if you can drop your cortisol level in a moment, in a minute, then that's less stress. That's less stress on your heart. That's less stress on your body. And when you think about from an exercise perspective, right? Even if you do 1 minute of marching on the spot, it's better than not doing anything. Same thing with meditation for a minute. So we think, oh, I need to sit cross-legged, and I sit for 20 minutes. And I'll have to tell you, the research that I first came to meditation with was on 45 minutes, twice a day. Now they were putting, they were looking at gurus, and they were looking at brain scans and all of that, but they were looking at 45 minutes a day, twice. And then realizing now we cannot do that. The other thing that they were we can absolutely do that, but we may not necessarily need to do that to get the benefits of meditation on, again, sharpening the brain, changing our physiology, even changing our anatomy in the sense of even our posture. I mean, it's amazing. So that's what they are studying. So these little snippets of meditation, these 20-minute, and if you do have the opportunity on the weekend or other times to go even a little bit longer, is there kind of a diminishing return actually? And sometimes it is for your knees, right, or your back. But know that if you are doing these little pockets, these little minutes, mindfulness minutes, if you're joining in Friday morning, you're joining Suzanne on Monday, so there's your Monday and Friday, which is a little bit of a longer meditation. And then you have these snippets in between. When you notice what's changing, then what changes more, okay, in a positive way. So that's the other part of this focus and awareness. So there is so much more to share, even about directed thinking. This was another speaker who said that if your mind wanders during meditation and you want to stay with that thought, that's called directed thinking. And there's a benefit to that. There's a benefit to staying to be that one thought is your actual focus. And very often we think, oh, we don't want to keep going over that thought. But one of the strategies for people that find it hard to focus is to actually focus on one thought during your meditation. Just follow it and see what happens. And here's what I'm going to leave you with. Just sitting and following your breath, again, you're going to have the benefits. So if your mind is all over the place, if you are agitated, if you're restless, and then you come back, and then you're content, and then you're relaxed, and then you will benefit. Okay? So we're going to play with that. Again, mindfulness project, I'm going to post that up there. Again, it's not a free summit. Okay, so I do want to say that as well. But also know that I'm going to share at the end, if you're good with this, right? I'm going to take a few minutes at the end of our meditations and share a little bit more information as I go through the month of May. So thank you for hanging around, for those of you that were able to do that, and have a wonderful rest of your Friday and a wonderful weekend. Play with those mindfulness minutes. And we'll see you Monday morning with Suzanne. Bye for now.